Hello, hello. How are you guys doing? It's a little bit later than I usually go. I apologize for that. Actually, oh shit. Forgot my glasses in the other room. I'll be right back. I've returned. Underverse OST goes hard. I agree. I did see the news about Jackie deciding to cancel Underverse after the next episode, which is very sad to hear, but I also don't blame her because the community is fucking insane and mostly full of dumb children. And I'm sure managing that and appeasing that is insanely difficult and would be a nightmare for anybody. Yes, I know about the Kaimarama stuff. I know that, you know, we were basically reacting to the Lio stream live, where Sprocket decides to throw her hat into the ring and decide to buddy up with Lio once again. And, yeah, it's interesting. Honestly, I'm annoyed. Obviously, I'm annoyed. Because, again, even just from her being there, it lends credibility to someone who has been abusing vulnerable people for years now. And you would think that she would know better, but she doesn't. I've had a talk with Streamline. I'm not going to get into the details of what we talked about, because that's between us, but I also understand that Streamline and Mally, they want to give Ponder a pass, because they genuinely believe that Ponder is trying to do the right thing, and is just being manipulated by Lio. That's kind of her opinion on it. And that's my opinion on it. I think that, you know, Lio is doing everything he can to suck up to her because she has the most, goodwill in the fandom, in the community. And he, just like he did with Peaches, he wants a piece of that. And so he's going to use her as much as humanly possible until she is no longer useful. Who's not surprised about that? It's not surprising. It's incredibly disappointing and annoying. But I don't really, as much as it might annoy me, it's like, I'll get over it. Lio is one of those people that I'm kinda done with. Unless he does something absolutely batshit insane. God damn it, fuck, did I leave something else in the other room? Hold on, sorry. What's wrong with me today, guys? Yeah, I think he's basically just doing everything he can to be like, look at me, guys, I've changed. You would think that Ponder would know better, though. That's the thing. That's probably the one thing I'll bring up, briefly. Before we get into the Birdie stuff. Because now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it's annoying, but what can you do? That's kind of my take on it. But I want to dispel this notion that, like, Ponder is just this anxious being who doesn't know any better. She knows better. And I know that she knows better. Now, it's been a while since I've seen Ponder's Cosmodore video. I didn't realize this thing was 55 fucking minutes. Thank God for the transcript, am I right? Let me see. Man, that video aged horribly. Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking, lavishly. She is not a fucking victim of Lio. I mean, I can understand why Streamline and Mally kind of have that impression, because Ponder is their friend. They know her. They know her life. They know her as a person. And so Okay, here we go. Here's where it is on the timestamp. But, she knows what she's doing. She does know what she's doing. That's my opinion. And while I understand why Streamline and Mally want to give her leniency, I think, like, considering everything that's happened in just this year, and considering that Ponder has admitted herself that she's known about and has been friendly with Lio since at least 2019, which was news to me, but hey, now we know. Because I was under the impression that, you know, she didn't know about him until, like, 2022 at the very latest. Or at the... yeah. But, what did Birdie do this time? Oh, it's not about what Birdie did, it's about what somebody else is saying about Birdie. But again, we'll get to that in a second. But since you guys mentioned the Ponder thing, I do want to tackle that for just a moment. Now, some people were saying in the comments of some of my streams that the audio in the background can be kind of quiet. For that, I apologize. I will try to fix that, but I want to make sure that my voice is still above the volume of whatever else I'm doing on stream. So I'm trying to find that balance, so just bear with me. Yeah, she said in Lio's chat that she's known him since 2019, and you'll never guess, but apparently they began talking because Ponder was chewing him out on something. Who would have guessed? Ponder has this weird, like, fixation on becoming besties with everybody that she quote-unquote chews out or makes a video on. I mean, think like Goat, Cato, Lio. I mean, she didn't make a video on Lio, but Goat, Cato, Icy Hazard, who else? Fuck. I can't think of anybody else at the moment. But it's like, she seems to take a lot of pride in being like, look at these people that It's almost like she's trying to fix them. Like, I'm making them better people because... I don't know, because I called them out. And now I'm friends with them. I don't get it. Ponder doesn't want to be involved in drama, also Ponder. I think Lio picked up on the Chimerama thing, again, just to, try to... I said this to Streamline, and I'll say it here. I really think that Lio is doing the same thing that he tried to do to Streamline, where he attempted to basically, fight off Streamline's stalker on her behalf, because he was trying to get back into Streamline's good graces after the Crystal Flame video, where he all but name-dropped her, essentially. And, what interests you in the art of Jack? I don't know what you mean by that. But, and then that didn't work, right? And then that's when Lio decided to turn around and try to bite her back, you know? And I think he's doing the same thing to Ponder, and because Ponder is such a little anxious being who's such a victim, she can never just, like, make her own decisions, I guess. That, or she truly is picking a side. And maybe her friends need to recognize that. Who knows? All in all, that is their problem, not mine. Although, since we're bringing up the whole thing about, like, change, and how, like, you know, oh, he might be changing. He's changing. He's changing. Ponder has said herself that it takes a lot more than just a couple of weeks or even a couple of months to effectively change, to show demonstrable growth. She has said this herself in past videos, and I wanted to take just a moment to demonstrate one of those examples. But stay tuned for the Birdie stuff because that is also interesting. Trust me. Also, while I was editing my Birdie video, I recognized that this... God damn it. How do you turn off snap positioning temporarily? This is annoying me. There we go. I gotta use those tools more often. Okay, not that far over. That's too much. There we go. Nobody changes. It's an unfortunate truth. Like, as you get older, you kind of start to realize that people don't really truly change. I don't think. People can improve. People can learn lessons and improve, but I don't think you can, like, once you hit a certain age, I don't think you can really change the core of who you are. Especially over the course of a few months. Barely a few months, by the way. More like a few weeks. Anyway, let's listen to this statement from Ponder about Cosmodore and about change.
The backlash. I guess not realizing that any minds he tried to change within this whole year doesn't stop any new people from becoming aware of the situation. This is like that fucking flex tape meme where you slap a band-aid on a hole but water still comes pouring through. Cosmodore, you don't get better in a month. You don't seek out the core of this problem and then take changes to stop it from happening again 3 weeks after the problem was brought to light. People were upset about you returning so quickly because there's no way the issue could have been fixed in that time frame, and for the last year, you have continued to make videos and segments discussing this that still fail to recognize the main issue and still misrepresent the situation, and now laws to make yourself look better. That is not taking accountability. From the perspective of everyone on the outside looking in, it looks like you're just trying to worm your way back onto your channel. And you know what? I'm not gonna blame you for that. I think it's fucking stupid that you tried to do it within a month, but I can empathize with the mentality of wanting to fix things as soon as possible. Frankly, I think it's super naive for people to believe that people who get called out for things like this aren't going to return at some point. We're not talking about chasing people off of hobbyist platforms. We're talking about removing people from platforms that, in many cases, serve as their main income, and in some cases, the person is addicted to. It's incredibly naive to assume that people can just up and leave that whenever they want. I mean, you're effectively demanding that they fire themselves. And in situations where you want someone to improve through therapy, it's counterproductive to force them out of their income source. Obviously, this is especially with Americans because of their shit psychological stuff. I don't know how it works in Germany.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Ponder's American. Oh no, wait, Ponder's Canadian. God, what's wrong with me? That might also play a factor in something or some other.
Now, at the same time, and granted, I could be very wrong on this because I'm sort of just speculating, Cosmodore should have enough of a backlog of videos to be able to last for a while.
Okay, I think this is where she kind of shifts into talking about his content. Oh, here we go. Hold on. There's a bit more. Hold on.
So in this sense, both sides have a point, but they also fail to recognize the situation from the other side. The people telling Cosmodore to leave don't want him to have a platform where he could take advantage of others, but they're also demanding he take accountability and get help, the former of which he can't do without being present online, and the latter of which he needs his online income to go through with.
Okay, well that isn't the case for Lio, though. Let's be clear, because, again, Lio has a job, according to him, and his videos are only monetized for awareness, and the money he gets from his content goes to quote-unquote people who need it. So he's not exactly making income off of his videos. But yeah, Like she says, it takes a lot longer than that to change, and to prove that you've changed, that like to prove to people that you've changed. It is so incredibly easy to just say and act like you've changed for a temporary amount of time until the heat dies down. And then 9 times out of 10 people go back to the same behaviors that they were doing once people are no longer looking at them. The fact that Ponder fails to recognize this is that's the more confusing part to me. But again, it could honestly just be the weed. I think that is very, very much a factor in this. But anyway, that's my take on the Ponder situation. I guess if we want to call it that. Hey, Goblin. Goblin the other day did an Elden Ring stream where they trolled the shit out of me. I regret that I wasn't streaming that, honestly, or recording it, because it was pretty funny from both sides. Kumo's, like, teaching me how to play Elden Ring in the background, and, every now and then, people jump in to, like, try and kill me, and it adds an extra bit of challenge. It's like those old, Minecraft Hunt, what is it? The Dream SMP Minecraft Hunt videos, where it's like, Manhunt, right. It's like Manhunt. Except in Elden Ring. I think it adds an extra layer of challenge. I like it. I was hoping Kumo was recording. Oh wait, Kumo was recording? Well, I need to see that recording. It was pretty funny. Oh, neither of you- Fuck! Damn it. Yeah, yeah, exactly, lazy. That's what I was thinking of. Alright, anyway. Do we want to jump right into the Birdie thing? I need to find the link. I put it in... storage. I have a separate Discord server that's just for me, where I post, like, video links and stuff for, like, featured things. Okay, here we go. This was posted a month ago. Oh, actually, I should probably show that first. Let me go on to the comment section of my most recent video. By the way, my Birdie video is breaking containment. It's gotten quite a bit of views, and it's starting to reach some of Birdie's fans, and they're not happy about it, but they can suck it up. But there was a comment that I saw that led me down, like, just another rabbit hole. Oh, I think they're in the chat, actually. I think I saw their name earlier. Alright, but I wanted to read a comment from this person briefly, because, oops, it led me to another video that somebody else made about Birdie. And I want to look into that today. You still didn't prepare your notes in advance? If I do any notes, it's usually in this, like, separate solo server. Or I write it down on hand. Depends. Based archival work? Yeah, totally. Alright. Silly for a living. I don't know who this person is. They do have a profile picture that's very reminiscent of Birdie's art style, so I don't really know what is up with that. But they said, for the fact there's paragraphs for every comment. Okay, so anyway, this person says, so much, quote, Birdie drama is complicated. Jack was kind of a hugely hypersexual from ages 12 to 16 on the internet. Well, I mean, I don't really blame him, considering that he was being groomed by adults. And he himself did a lot of... He himself did a lot of rapey things later in age? Oh, okay, that's a big accusation. I think that they're misusing the word, unless Birdie actually, like, physically, like, assaulted anybody. I don't think rapey is the right word to use. Anyway. His most recent ex, he constantly harassed for sex over and over again. If you're curious for proof, there's shares a YouTube link, and I can personally share more. His drama with Kitty Dog is in a similar vein. Not to say he was rapey as a kid, but he did engage with Kitty Dog in a sexual manner consensually. I mean, that's kind of the idea, isn't it? And I feel like that's something I should have talked about more is that it's not that that's a part of my stream and my video where I feel like I fucked up a little bit, is me saying constantly that neither of them can consent. What I should specify is that neither of them were at the age where they could consent to having, like, sexual interactions with adults, but consensually with each other. Informed consent. Okay. Let me rephrase for a second. They are on the same level of ability to consent. That is what I'm trying to say. And, like, he didn't essay people, but he did harass them sexually and has drawn rape art before, which isn't the same thing, but I think that's what they meant. But, yeah, what I'm trying to say is that it's not that neither of them can consent because they're underage. They can't consent to sexual interactions with adults, but they can consent to sexual interactions with each other because, again, they are on the same level of informed consent. That was what I was trying to say to begin with. But, yeah, basically, they were both interacting with each other consensually. They were both obsessed with each other, same strain, has followed his relationship with Hime Guts, Racco, and other partners. I'm not surprised that somebody, like, as young as Birdie is and as immature as Birdie is, has, like, strings of just rocky relationships that only last for, like, months. Or even just, like, a month in Goat Cato's case. Also unfortunate that only the kitty dog drama is relevant because she's a popular creator. Let's sigh, such is life. Anyway, so that got me curious as to what that link was. Clicked on it, watched a couple minutes of it. And usually when it comes to reaction stuff these days, I watch enough of something to know whether or not it'd be worth talking about on stream. And I decided that, yeah, this would be good to look into. For reasons that people might not be expecting. But I think there's a lot to consider here on both sides. But again, whatever accusations this person makes about Birdie, we have to look at it through the lens of fairness and give it the same fair treatment that we gave to the accusations against Kitty Dog, right? Okay. Drawing rape art of people's OCs isn't the physical act, but I personally classify it as a threat of assault. I guess. More like verbal assault. Especially paired with the sexual harassment piece. I mean, depending on what you mean by rape art, because I know that some people do like to draw their OCs, you know, engaging in non-consensual acts with each other, but the artists behind them, or the character creators behind them, are consenting to that art being made. I think you mean the other way around, where it's like one person is not consenting to that kind of art being made. I don't know. Probably not going to be in this chat very long because I barely watch streams nowadays, but even though Birdie did some pretty bad shit, I do feel bad for them, like their childhood. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, like, there were some people in the comments of my video that were like, how dare you try to insinuate that Birdie is at fault? It's like, I never did. I never said it was Birdie's fault. All I was saying is that it wasn't Kitty Dog's fault either. There was one person that said a lot of that stuff, and then I said, well, I mean, and they also, like, added on that, they didn't watch the full video, and I was like, well, maybe if you watched the full video, you would have seen that I had said a lot of the same things that you're saying here, and they were like, I would have watched your video if you had made it better. If you were, like, nicer about it. So that was fun. She would draw God damn it. Specifically of his character raping exes because they left him. Yeah. Yikes. Alright. You guys want to get started? A big portion of this is just black screen, which is, not fun, but what are you gonna do? Oh, yeah, we should read the, oh no, it just has timestamps. Okay, never mind. The contents of the discussed material contain topics such as fetishization of self-harm and mental illness. Well, we'll see how true that is, I suppose. Grooming, sexual abuse, and harassment. Please use your discretion when watching this video if you're sensitive to any of those topics. Okay, thanks. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet, as usual. This video is going to be kind of boring at times, but please hear out my points, because I have evidence to back up the majority of my claims. Great. I hope it's the more serious accusations and not the lighter stuff. I believe that it is relatively important that these things are made known due to the influence and popularity that Birdie currently has. Fair enough, I guess. Deadwing, reading off the content warnings of the Birdie video lives rent-free in my head. He reads it off like a game show. Oh, that sounds funny. Oh, my bad, guys. I have, like, top chat on, so I might have missed a couple of messages. Excuse me, grooming allegations. Okay, so yeah, here's a surprise. Someone else is accusing Birdie of grooming them. What a surprise, guys. Who would have guessed? And the cycle continues. What was that one thing that person in my comments said? That if Birdie feels like they were groomed, then they were groomed by Kitty Dog? So, what about this one? You'll link the clip in the Discord? Okay, cool. I would love to see that.
From the time when
you can even just, like, DM it to me. That would make it easier on me.
I was 12 to 14, I was on and off friends with Birdie. Back then, I used to go by the username Draggy.
So they just said they were between the ages 12 to 14.
So some of you may be familiar with me and my past with Birdie if you followed the drama in 2021 or watched his recent comeback video.
That's still an insane claim. Insane claim. I felt like I was groomed, so I was groomed. Like, no. Yeah.
Which I'll get to the allegations against me shortly, so please bear with me.
Groomers, groom groomers, groom groomers, groom groomers.
I found myself developing feelings for Birdie, which honestly was unexpected and not heavily orchestrated like he portrays.
No, that's pretty expected, actually. That's pretty expected for minors to develop feelings for older people. I don't think that's unusual at all.
In his video. It's still wrong of me considering the close timing to Jack's breakup, but I was literally the age of a middle schooler and in close contact with one of my idols who is giving me constant positive attention, and
oh wait, isn't this, yeah, my grooming allegations against Birdie, okay. I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
Leaning on me for support. I admitted these feelings to Jack eventually, and we decided to try being more than friends, but not officially be dating.
So, I mean, I can kind of understand that. I had a friend for a while, for a long time, that we were more than friends, but not in a relationship. Just, like, not in that romantic sense. So, I mean, that makes sense. But I don't know how old Birdie was yet.
I don't really need to point out why this is wrong exactly, but as a reminder, Jack was 16 years old and I was
Well. Wait, hold on. How old were you again?
Wrong exactly, but as a reminder, Jack was 16 years old and I was only 13.
Jack was 16 and I was 13. Well. But guys, let's not get caught up in the logistics of grooming, okay?
13 years old is the age of somebody who is in like 7th or 8th grade. Just think about that. To me, it's gross that this is portrayed as manipulation on my part, when in my opinion, he was the guilty party regardless of his emotional state.
Actually, neither of you are guilty parties in this. You're both teenagers that decided to pseudo-date each other. So you'd be wrong there. But again, both of you are kids who just decided to be more than friends but not dating. That's not predatory on either party's end.
He mentions his brain being melted or something.
Yeah, we know.
Breakup, which to me...
The fuck did I wander into? So, Chris, this might be someone interesting that you could look into. Someone named Birdie. They're part of the animation memes community. I put out a video going over Birdie making accusations. Oh god, it's a whole rabbit hole. So, just, alright, I'll try to summarize it as well as I can. So, Birdie was accusing another user named Kitty Dog of grooming them when they were 12, while Kitty Dog was 14. And we went over that and saw why that's not true. But now this person is saying that Birdie was predatory to them when they were 13 and Birdie was 16. So it's like, it's a whole cycle. So now we're going through this person's accusations against Birdie. Here we go.
An excuse.
I heard animation memes community and you sold me on retardation. Okay, I will show you something and this is pretty much all you need to see, alright? I will show you...
This is important.
I will show you something that Birdie made recently, and I want your opinion on it. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Anyway. That's, and that person is, like, in their 20s. The fuck is this AIDS? This person is in their 20s. So...
For doing what you did.
Anyway.
Excuse for doing what you did to somebody that young, but whatever. Let me just say that I do not believe that this is grooming, but it's certainly...
Okay. I correct myself. They don't think that Birdie groomed them. I was wrong. My bad.
Strange behavior that left an emotional impact on me to this day. I still get grossed out thinking about it, honestly. And for it to be portrayed as me being the manipulator in this situation...
I do like the sad piano music in the background. It adds a really nice touch. I'd gay about 13 and 16-year-old. I mean, 16 you can get a job and a license, and God, I fucking hate that fucking argument. It's a 3-year age gap, grow the fuck up.
Situation and Jack being the victim kind of grosses me out.
Birdie was 19? No. No, that was from this year, right? Because Birdie was 12 to 13 in 2017. Wouldn't that make them 21 today? Oh god, is my math wrong? No, my math is correct. You guys are the wrong ones. I think. Yeah. Around 21.
Other than the obvious issue with the age gap, Birdie sent me and talked about NSFW content during the time that we were out.
Hang on.
Other than the obvious issue with the age gap, Birdie sent me and talked about NSFW content during the time that we were quote-unquote...
I mean, if they're sending porn to each other, yeah, that's obviously wrong.
...dating or being in a...
Wait a minute. I thought Birdie said that, you know, the act of sending NSFW to other minors was in itself an act of grooming.
Relationship. I don't really know what to call it. I'm sorry. I just think it's strange that he claims it didn't happen when it absolutely did. I'll show some screenshots here.
Okay, so Damage Coda, by the way, is Birdie. Goodly, why is Pessy making that face at his own ass and he scared of it? It reminds me of the drawings I did in 2017 of Birdie screaming at his own ass. Would you guys consider this NSFW? I don't know. I don't think so. But also, like, wasn't Birdie groomed by the entire animation meme community? That was what we were talking about previously, is like, this entire community is based around being sexual, especially with kids. So it's no wonder that all of these minors were then... Again, I have to use the same excuse for Birdie that I used for Kitty Dog. It's like, again, these people had adults normalize this shit to them, so of course they're going to think it's normal and then tell people younger than them, oh yeah, this is normal. Yeah, no, this is not NSFW so far. Oh, wow, that was fast. Good Newt. Hello. Hi. How are you? I don't know. That's understandable. Do you at least feel better, than earlier? Maybe? I've resorted to Pez porn. Okay, so they just mentioned the word porn. Again, not really... I mean, okay, what's your guys' opinion about minors talking about porn with each other? Because they're not sending porn to each other, they're just talking about it. I can't take... God damn it, it went by so fast again. I can't take these names seriously. Yeah, well... People could say, what the fuck is this? Okay, so it's like... Oh my god. again, Chris. These people... So this is like a self-harm scar chart, I think? So I don't... This was sent to a 13-year-old me. Okay, but... So, I'm assuming they censored this? After the fact? So was this sent to them censored or uncensored? And so, like, it's like a chart of all their self-harm scars, I guess. Great. Lovely. Okay. What the actual fuck? Yeah, Chris, this person has a whole ass kiwi farms about them if you're ever interested in going through that.
Tons of things that shouldn't be shown to a 13-year-old when
I mean, no, but...
you're 16.
I mean, Birdie's age as a minor doesn't really have anything to do with it.
Yeah. He claims that...
I love that. Yeah. That's pretty bad. Yeah. I remember also Birdie was, like, groomed into being into self-harm and stuff with someone else who was an adult IDK, if I remember correctly. I mean, I don't doubt it. It was sent uncensored?
That this never happened, multiple times throughout the video, claiming that he never sent me NSFW, porn, or anything of the sort when he did, even though it was cropped. He also...
Wait. Let's hear that again.
Multiple times throughout the video, claiming that he never sent me NSFW, porn, or anything of the sort when he did, even though it was cropped. He also...
Wait. Wait. He keeps saying he never sent me porn, even though he did, even though it was cropped. So if it's cropped to not show the pornographic stuff, can you really say it's pornographic? Is it really glorifying if you have those scars? I don't know. Some people like to show those scars. No, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I think there's a pretty thin line between, like, you know, venting about it, you know, coping with it, and then also glorifying it. I'm not sure. Wait, what? Watching King of the Hill while listening to Enlaa talk about this stuff is a jar. Wait, how can you listen to both things? That's so weird.
also talked about wanting to do stuff with his exes and sending, even though it was cropped.
Wait, hold on.
He also talked about wanting to do stuff with his exes and sending...
He also talked about wanting to do stuff with his exes.
Even though it was cropped, he also talked...
Am I seriously... Okay, Birdie says, am I seriously mad over the fact that I never got to teen ants him? Why? Why would I want to taste his nasty bits? That... I mean, this is a heavily cropped screenshot that doesn't show anything. It doesn't show who they're talking to or how they responded to this or even what the context was.
Talked about wanting to do stuff with...
What does teen ants mean? Maybe, I don't know, the way they type is just, ugh!
His exes
Multitasking.
and sending me screenshots of that. I only have a few of these screenshots because only a couple I sent to people.
Wait. Okay.
But, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the evidence that I'm showing on screen right now speaks for itself. Insert black screen. Angst? So, hold on. If we go back to that screenshot... Sorry, Chris, this is what we do on my channel. We do autistic analyzing.
Exes and sending me screenshots of that. I talked about...
So, wait, if it says teen angst, doesn't that just mean that, like, you never got to teen angst him? Apparently teen angst means oral. That's what I saw in another chat. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I guess that would play into the second thing, wouldn't it? I mean, this is basically just Birdie saying, like, damn, I wish I could have at least fucked him before we broke up. I don't know if there's anything wrong with saying that.
Wanting to do stuff with his exes and sending me screenshots of that.
Anyway, sorry.
And to talk about why I made the accusation that it was grooming.
I don't have evidence for this part, but I think Al apologizes for it in the video. Okay.
To talk about why I made the accusation that it was grooming, I was surrounded by people who were much older than me, aka Al and Vinny, who are mentioned in the video. They pretty much encouraged me into calling this grooming.
Okay, so they initially called this grooming, what Birdie was doing. And then later, and then here is saying, well, I was told to say that it was grooming by other people. And then they say that they have no evidence for this. So, I don't know, man. I wish I knew how old this person is now. I mean, I guess we could just do the math, right? They were 13 in 2021. Okay, that means this person is still a minor. So, we need to tread carefully, guys.
Even though...
I think they're around 16 or 17 now. If a 16 to 17-year-old can look at this and recognize that it's not grooming, then Birdie can too, okay?
I didn't fully see it as that, which comes, like... which is kind of evident.
You know, I can kind of believe it, considering the community they're in. If you even so much as blink towards a child, it's grooming. Even though these are the people, like, these are the very people that groom children on a daily basis, and then will turn around and accuse someone else of grooming.
In the screenshot where I say, people are telling me that
Thank you, Aura.
Or some...
hello. I think it's over. People are telling me that you groomed me. I assume this is a message to Birdie.
Something to that extent. I'll probably have it up on screen. Basically, I was encouraged by these people to come out about it publicly, but I later recanted this. But I still attest to the fact that it's disgusting what Jack did to me, and it shouldn't be swept under.
I mean, so far, like, yeah, they had inappropriate conversations with you, but again, you're both minors. You're on around the same level of consent. Especially with you both being in a community where you're basically just getting groomed by adults all the time. I mean, the art community always loves calling everyone around them pedos, yeah, and then they just do weird shit themselves.
Under the rug, and shouldn't just be something that he gets away with, in my opinion.
What is he supposed to not get away with? I won't let him get away with being sexually inappropriate as a minor. Grr! It's like their community is trying to socially clean itself up, but tripping over its rotten core to the... I mean, the art commentary community is the exact same way, so I'm not surprised. They treat the word grooming like it's tennis.
Okay, Birdie's allegations against me.
So Birdie made allegations against this person, who I think is still a minor. And again, they were, I guess, not dating, but more than friends. You know, when they were 16 and Birdie was No, they were 13 and Birdie was 16. God, this is hard to keep track of.
In Birdie's video, he's a section about...
Yeah, I agree, Wyvern. I really think, like, you should not be allowed to, like, go on to social media websites or have an account on places like Discord, or Twitter or YouTube until you're at least 16.
About me where he mentioned some of my actions during the time that I was in an organization called Dice.org. I must admit that some of my actions were absolutely...
Fuck it, we'll just bump it up to 18. Fuck it.
...unacceptable, and what I said during those times...
Sorry, okay, hold on, sorry. We gotta keep up with this.
...where he mentioned some of my actions during the time that I was in an organization called Dice.org.
That sounds familiar. That was on Birdie's card thing, where it was like, don't talk to me if you're from Dice.org. So I guess this is the organization.
Where he mentioned some of my actions during the time that I was in an organization called Dice.org. I must admit that some of my actions were absolutely unacceptable, and what I said during those times was disgusting, but I have to mention some facts of the matter.
I don't like when people address allegations or accusations like this, where they just go, yeah, some of the things I did back then were bad, and I'm sorry for that. But it's like, okay, what are you being accused of? What did you do? And what are things that are true and what are things that are not true? Like, I'm sorry, you don't get to be vague about it when apologizing for things you actually did wrong. I feel like if you're genuinely sorry for shit you did wrong, you'd be able to properly confront it and be specific. None of this wishy-washy, yeah, there were some things I could have done better. It's like, okay, but what? The internet should be 22 plus. I'm not complaining. If that was a rule, I won't complain.
Birdie includes this screenshot while claiming I said this to an 11-year-old child.
Wait, okay. So Birdie was making claims that this person was saying sexual things to an 11-year-old? Even though Birdie, also sent porn to, allegedly sent porn to an 11-year-old. Although, it could be possible that it's possible that the stuff Birdie sent to Fontic, the other 11-year-old, was also censored, but we don't know, because Birdie never specified. Emmy Kate. I don't know who Emmy Kate is. I want to groom Olive into thinking she's safe, and then rape her repeatedly. Oops. I literally want to have a fucking orgy with you guys. You're all so hot. Ghostbur says we should all meet up and fuck. Mortis says yes, you'll become one with God. Cassandra says Tate. Like, this is the community we're talking about. This is just... ugh. God. Mortis says, Enlaa, I'm gonna be homeless, Enlaa. Jerry? 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 Cherry? You guys all say cherry differently. Listen to me, Cherry. I'm going to be homeless and it's going to be your fault! I thought that was funny. God. I want people to draw porn of me so bad for some reason. Me too. I want you to say sexual things. God, that's gonna be taken out of context. I want you to say sexual things about me without even asking IDK. I will do that gladly. Wait, so what is this proof of? Who's talking to who? What are the ages? What is any of this?
Well, this sounds awful on its surface. No 11-year-old child was actually present in the group chat that this was said in.
So it was just a group chat of a bunch of people saying they want to rape each other? I'm in pain, I'm in pain, I'm in pain, help me, I'm in pain. Cancer, cancer, cancer. So basically, Dice.org is a group of people who banded together over being expelled from communities and social groups. Gee, I wonder why. It's a converging point of everyone who is perceived as a delinquent. Yeah, or a fucking degenerate, maybe.
I was also only 13 years old, making this only a 2-year age gap between myself and the other party in question.
What do you mean? I thought you said there were no 11-year-olds. I thought you said there were no 11-year-olds, and then you're saying, oh, it's only 2 years between us. Which one is it?
Well, what I said is still unacceptable and totally inappropriate on my part. I was only a child and being goaded by adults and other teenagers into saying stuff like.
Yeah, but again, so was Birdie. Birdie was also being groomed by people around them. You're both victims of that. That doesn't excuse the shit that Birdie is, like, saying and doing as an adult now. But, like, guys, you're not focusing on the problem here.
Like this and participating in other harmful behaviors towards myself. What I find more strange about this is that Jack was still aware of these screenshots and still decided to befriend me again in 2020.
Jack was aware of these screenshots and still decided to befriend me. What do you mean by that? Hold on.
Was still aware of these screenshots and still.
Wait, okay, guys, we have to give this person a pass. They're like 16. The editing is not going to be on point. From Damaged Coda. Hello, it sure has been a while. Well, really, I guess you're right. Wow, I'm glad you're willing to talk things out with me. I assume that they're talking to the person making, you know, June. We'll just call him June. I'm so sorry to say this, but maybe wait a bit. I'm about to VC with some friends. Okay, guys. This is not good evidence gathering. This just isn't. You're not showing both sides of the conversation. You're just showing one person's side of the conversation, and that's really annoying.
Decided to befriend me again in 2022 after all of these events had gone down.
After all of what events? Again, the vagueness is not helping. It's so disorganized. I hate this.
Why would you willingly befriend someone that you believe is a sexual predator and send them over 2,000 messages? Invite them to your friend.
Hold on.
Why would you willingly befriend someone that you believe is a sexual predator and send them over 2,000 messages? Invite them to your friend server and be close with them.
It's a good question. I think, mental fucking illness and lack of maturity.
It doesn't make sense to me and makes me believe that these screenshots were included in bad faith to make me look like a bad person. I also just want to mention that if anybody wants to come at me for saying what I did when I was in DICE,
But what did you do? What did you do?
I was literally being groomed by an adult into...
I mean, fair enough, but you can still, like, be specific about what you did and just confront it.
saying the things that I was saying.
I could just assume that they said a bunch of problematic stuff. Like, I don't know, the stuff that we saw in that group chat. Maybe it's that. I can fix them mentality. I mean, that could be a factor, but again, Birdie says that they have BPD, and I doubt it's BPD that's being treated. Yeah, exactly. What is it that you actually did?
I never actually directed it towards an individual and only said it in a group chat that was made solely for the purpose of speaking of those things. I never harmed anybody. I never directly said anything to any individual to hurt them. I was only being compelled by adults into saying things that I absolutely should not have been saying.
BPD mentioned, look, Chris, you gotta understand, I have very, very low patience for people. I have to be specific here because I know a lot of people in my audience and some of my friends have BPD. But listen, they actually get help for their BPD. They actually, like, take the steps to treat it. These people, they just say, oops, I have BPD, and then they'll do and say the most heinous shit. And then be like, but my BPD, though. It's like, those kinds of people I have no patience for anymore.
I was only 13, the age of a middle schooler, and I believe I deserve to have some grace towards what I was saying.
I mean, yeah, but again, so does Birdie when they were a minor. And so does Kitty Dog. It's a cycle, guys. It's a chain that's happening here. Again, groomers groom groomers groom groomers, apparently.
I also want to mention the fact that Jack's hatred towards me seems to come from this.
Apparently, Jack's hatred of me comes from this. Just another insanely cropped screenshot, but we'll see what Birdie said. August 25th, 2023, Birdie says, "Hey, I don't know if it was you who made that fake screenshot that came out about me recently. I don't know what fake screenshot they're referring to. But if it was you, that's fucking despicable, and I don't feel safe talking to you again because of the large chance that it was probably you. I don't want to be friends ever again. Goodbye." That is classic BPD. I've seen this. I used to have a friend that had unchecked BPD. I didn't know it at the time, but I know now that they have BPD, right? But, they would do this all the time. They would hear, like, a rumor about somebody, and then they would just immediately assume it's true. They would approach them and be like, "Hey, is this true? Doesn't matter. I think you're guilty. I don't ever want to talk to you again. Bye." It's like, oh, well, hold on. You haven't even confirmed anything yet. Oh my god. Oh, that's so, like, typical.
He claims I forged a screenshot, which I've never even seen said screenshot, and I obviously can't prove something that I didn't do, but this is some context to show where his ire for me comes from. It seems to have stemmed solely from this event, which he said this to me
What
after
event?
I reached out to him to apologize.
Okay, hold on.
Solely context to show where his ire for me comes from. It seems to have stemmed solely from this event, which he said this to me after I reached out to him to apologize for some of my past actions.
God damn it! I don't know what event he's talking about.
He said this to me after I reached out to him.
So wait, which one came first? Hold on. This is the 25th of 2023, and this is the 21st of 2023. So where was it? Fuck.
And where he that.
God damn it! It's so hard to find anything. There it is. So this was 4 days prior. So it stems from this, is what they're trying to say? Context! Give it! Yeah. Is anyone else able to follow? Am I just being retarded right now? Like, alright. June says, Jack and June, ha. Jack, I just wanted to say that I hope you're doing better, and I fully understand if you want nothing to do with me anymore because we left things off on a terrible note. So, is that a different event, or is it the same event that they're talking about? Everything is so fucking vague. I still care about you and miss being your friend sometimes, that's all. What? Sorry, I was at therapy. Give me 1 sec. I don't think I can accept your friend request. I appreciate the message, but I've been having a really bad episode of paranoia lately, and I only feel safe talking to a certain group of people. That's okay, I understand. I hope you're doing okay. Thank you, hope you are too. Okay, what does this screenshot have to do with anything? Wait, okay, let's listen to what they say again.
Event, which he said this to me after I reached out to him to apologize for some of my past actions.
Again, we don't know what they're apologizing for or what events took place and why and how.
And he denied being friends with me again, so he thinks
the truth comes out about Birdie. And then all of it is just vague nothingness.
That because of that, that gave me motivation to make a fake screenshot, which I can understand that perspective, but I've reached out.
Okay, so that because June came to them to apologize about something, and then Birdie didn't accept the apology, June thinks that is the reason why Birdie assumes that they made a fake screenshot of them about something, and therefore they got mad. Okay, that's from what I can understand. God, these people are exhausting.
Out to him multiple times to try and explain my side of things and have been denied each and every time.
Just stop talking to each other. Jesus Christ. Here's a tip for you guys. If someone says, "Don't talk to me," don't talk to them. Even if they are trying to get your attention, even if they come back like trying these little things to try and grab your attention, to try and like goad you into responding to them, even if they're trying little petty bullshit to try and get your attention, don't fucking message them unless they reach out to you first. If they say, "Do not contact me," do not contact them unless they reopen communication with you. Don't play these little, like, games of, like, breadcrumbing. Just fucking stop. Cut the cord.
time. I don't want to be friends with Jack, but...
Then, I don't know what to tell you. Fucking cry. Someone was mean to you. Oh no.
I never got a chance to...
Go outside! Yeah, when I was around this age, we would run out into the ditch and play with sticks. Back in my day.
Explain my side of the situation. So I believe it's a little bit unfair that things are being portrayed as the way that they are.
But you haven't even showed how they're portraying it, or anything. So we don't have any context for this. Alright, so I guess this is all of Birdie's predatory behavior, I suppose, so... we'll see how much of this is, worth taking note of. It's funny that I have to sit here and defend the same person I was lambasting in my video, but that's the way it works. 29 is not that old. I'm on the border between Gen Z and Millennial. I think 95 is, like, almost Gen Z, but not quite. But, yeah. I was old and, like, okay, for context, like, even though I'm not that old, like, you have to understand that I didn't have my own, like, phone until I was 18. I didn't have my own personal internet access until I was 18. And I went through the majority of my high school years at a boarding school, a Presbyterian Christian boarding school, where we were not allowed to use the internet for recreational purposes. Only for, like, essay researching, and everything was heavily monitored. So it's like, I did not have a lot of room to grow up on the internet. I spent a lot of my time outside or at school, or in my room drawing. And I think, like, just seeing all... I used to think it was a bad thing, but now seeing all of these people who grew up terminally online, I'm, like, so thankful for it. So fucking thankful. Dude,
so
same.
Speaking of that same 11-year-old
Hell yeah.
that was mentioned earlier in this video, Jack actually had some interactions with her himself. I think...
Okay, so I'm assuming that Olive Bear is the 11-year-old in question. I'm gonna try and read the screenshot at the top. I'll let him finish his sentence first.
I think this interaction is totally hypocritical and gross, considering what he said about me saying to the same individual in his video. While this may...
I mean, yeah, but it's Birdie we're talking about. Hypocrisy is in the name.
Interactions with her himself.
Okay, Birdie says... Oh no, I don't know who's saying... I'm assuming it's Olive at the top saying, I haven't been drawing gore or anything since my DeviantArt got banned. Jesus Christ, what were you drawing? Like, it takes a lot to get banned from DeviantArt. What the fuck were you drawing as an 11-year-old? Alright, Birdie says, yeah, thank you. Okay, so this is 2021. So Birdie must have been... I'm doing terrible math here. 18? Roughly 18? Is 17 or 18? So I'm not sure. How does one get radicalized in Minecraft into the alt-right? That's PewDiePie. It's all PewDiePie's fault. That's how. Oh, God. So, I think Birdie's like 17 or 18. So, if they're talking to an 11-year-old like this, that's pretty bad. Well, I don't even know. Okay, hold on. Birdie says, yeah, thank you. Also, aw, that sucks, frowny face. You should still draw gore if you wanna. Okay. Cool. I mean, gore isn't inherently a sexual thing, let's make that clear. People can fetishize gore and cannibalism and things like that, but that doesn't, like, if you draw it, that doesn't automatically mean it's a fetish thing or a sexual thing. Some people just draw gore because, because they're, like, drawing scary things like horror or monsters. So, I mean, I just want to clear that up right away. that just because they're talking about drawing gore does not mean it's inherently sexual, unless they talk about jerking off to it or something. You leave that beautiful Swedish man alone. He's a father now. Yeah. Hey, I mean, good for him, man. Good for him. What's funny is that, PewDiePie was one of the first YouTubers I watched on YouTube when I was like 17. Thus started my downward spiral. Also, all that sucks. You should draw gore. Olive says, I also haven't had many ideas for gore, since, like, it's all cuts and stuff, and not really gore. So, like, what, self-harm, I guess? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Have you considered cannibalism art? Oh, no, sounds really cool, though. I should try next time I draw. Yeah. I don't really know how to draw cannibalism. Do you have any references on things to look up? So, yeah, it's not inherently sexual. I don't know if it's... I mean, yeah, encouraging an 11-year-old to be drawing gore and cannibalism is fucking bizarre. But again, if you're like 17 and you've had adults before you fucking groom you into thinking that all this shit is normal, then it makes sense that you're gonna tell a minor that, yeah, this shit's normal. However, when does the I was groomed excuse stop working? Because, like, if someone is successfully groomed into being sexual, and then they carry that behavior into adulthood, where, like, when does it stop becoming an excuse of, like, that was normalized to you, therefore you're gonna normalize it to other kids? Does it immediately, like, is the cutoff point just when you become a legal adult? Or... I think that's important to distinguish. Hell, when I was 16, I thought social media was cringe. Yeah, I didn't really use... I still don't use social media that much. I just use it for my art and obviously for live streaming. Gore is basically human anatomy. That's true. Cannibalism, like vor? No, again, they're not one and the same. Vor is absolutely a sexual thing, and cannibalism can be, but not inherently, no. Vor is the dismantling of anatomy. That's a good way to put it.
I think this interaction is totally hypocritical and gross, considering what he said about me saying to the same individual in his video. While this may seem fishy at best...
No, I think minors that immediately talk about that shit should be stopped. Well, I know that. But when does it become, like... When does it... How do I put it? Like, when does it become, like, something worth condemning them for as a person? Right? Because, like, yeah, you can stop a kid from, like, talking that way with other kids. But they're not necessarily at fault for it. But at what age are you expected to know better? To the point where it becomes, like, you're personally condemned for it. It's your fault. I'm not saying that as a way to defend people who get normalized to this stuff and then as adults groom people below them. Like, I'm not trying to defend it. I'm just asking as, like, what's your thought on it? I think, personally, when someone becomes an adult, a legal adult, it becomes your responsibility to seek out the right knowledge and how to properly, when you turn 18, you're doing... I think there's, like, a grace period. Like, if you just turn 18, I feel like there's a bit, like maybe a couple of months of a grace period. And then it's like, okay, you need to start taking responsibility for yourself. I think yeah, I think so, Clef. I think that's a good way to see it. It's like 18 is like that warning age. Doesn't mean it shouldn't be illegal. It should still be illegal, but I don't think that someone should be, like, permanently condemned, especially if they had it normalized to them. Anyway.
It's not surface. It gets worse when you...
It gets worse, guys. Buckle up.
Remember that Jack openly fetishizes gore, cannibalism, and mutilation.
Okay, fetishizing... Like, that's a strong word. Fetishizing and romanticizing, it's like... Again, honestly, if you want my take on this, just go watch Ponder's fucking Chimerama video from 2020. If you want my opinion on it, just go watch Ponder. She does a good job at elaborating on this. I mean, we could go and see that part real quick, but I just don't feel like it. I feel like if you want to draw self-harm scars as a way to cope, whatever. I don't care. I think it starts to become a super problematic thing if you're then encouraging other people to do the same simply because you like doing it. I don't know. 6-year grace period, that's way too generous. It depends. I think it depends on the severity of the offense.
This is at worst predatory behavior and at best mindless fetish mining.
No, it's not predatory and it's not fetishizing by default. Is that really their only example? Wait.
While this may seem fishy at best on its surface, it gets worse when you remember
the section is like 40 seconds long.
That Jack openly fetishizes gore, cannibalism, and mutilation.
Oh, I see, okay.
This is at worst predatory behavior and at best mindless
I tweeted out my Minecraft question and I'm shocked by the answers. Has anybody said PewDiePie?
Fetish mining. Make of this which
Fetish mining or predatory? Not, I mean... I suppose if you're trying to push it on kids, it could become predatory. To an extent.
You will, but I think it's strange that a 16-year-old was having...
Why do so many people have very specific answers? Having
these interactions with an 11-year-old and now tries to portray me as a predator.
I mean, yeah, that's bad. That's fucking bad.
That's strange.
So they didn't really have much evidence for the fetishizing, like, gore, cannibalism, or self-harm, did they?
So, moving on to Jack's history with his exes.
Fuck it. I don't feel any grace towards Ponder right now. I'm just gonna leech off of her point. Fuck it. Whatever. I don't have these in my memory banks for no reason. Whatever.
Either person's pain and struggle.
Guess what we have to go find? Fuck! We gotta go through the transcript! No, not in there. Guys, transcript! In the fuck. Is it because it censored it? It might be because it censored it. Fuck. Are you kidding me? It's in there. I know it's in there. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I said scraz. That's why. Hang on. I think I've portrayed this before. God damn it! Okay, hold on.
Fresh cuts, bruises, and
Oh, I probably shouldn't show that on screen.
double check this myself and see if it was reflected in Tears' art, and it is. Early images of Ash don't have these scars. It's not until June of 2016, when T was 19, that being the earliest instances I can find of this from their DeviantArt page.
Why is there Among Us music playing in the background? The fuck?
Started creeping into the character's design. Whether the scars were visibly present on Ash varied depending on the piece, and it seems that it wasn't until January of 2017 that the scars became a permanent addition to the character's design. So, super shocking that the scars on the character reflect the scars on the artist in real life. This is also where I take so much issue with this Tirza romanticizes abuse in their art narrative, because the abuse that the character—
Oh, this is about the abuse thing. Fuck. God, I'm trying to remember, like... Guys, I'm so sorry this keeps happening. Ah! The fuck is wrong with me? Okay, whatever. This lady sounds mad. She should smoke some weed. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna summarize what her point is. Is that the art style, like the harm and the scars and the gore is part of the art style. Because the art style is presenting something cute, or is showing something grotesque or harmful, and then dressing it up like it's cute. And it's part of that cognitive dissonance, and it's a reflection of how some people feel about their mental health or their self-harm, where they feel like they have to dress it up and make it cute in order to hide it or to make it more palatable. Whatever, it's part of the art style. What was it, menherake? Is that, it's like cute, sick cute, that's it. That's what it is in Japanese. Whatever, just go watch her video if you want to know more about it.
Not
But yeah, just that I don't expect a 16-year-old to understand that, so whatever.
including myself. He has a history of sexually
But yeah, the toxic abusive relationship thing was also a part of it.
harassing them. I'm pretty sure he's done this to every single ex since.
I don't doubt that. I actually don't doubt that. Someone like Birdie probably does, like, harass and viscerally hate every single person that they break up with.
Of sexually harassing them.
Yami Kawaii, right, sorry. That's what I was thinking of.
I'm pretty sure he's done this to every single ex since, Heimguts.
Oh, Heimguts. I had just assumed it was Hime.
Does claim in the video that he was sexually harassed by these individuals, and I'm not going to invalidate that. Because
you know what?
That
These are probably more allegations that Birdie made in that video that we went over, where I only covered the kitty dog part. God, I can't imagine how many people in that video Birdie was trying to say abused them. God. Again, I feel like I'm gonna have to start saying this every fucking stream. If you encounter somebody and they claim that every single one of their exes abused them, every single one of their ex-friends are an abuser, their parents abuse them, their siblings abuse them, their teachers abuse them, their classmates abuse them, fucking run, because they are the problem. And they will continue to be the problem, and you will be their next abuser. Quote unquote. Like, you'll be the next person that they target. Just run. Just fucking run. You can't help that person.
Those claims do have merit.
Yeah, they're the common denominator there.
But it is important to mention that he also had some responsibility towards...
Wait. Who are you? Jack hid a lot of things in his video to make himself better. Well, yeah, that just goes without saying. I used to know him, that's all I'm going to say. Okay, fair enough. I know the point you're talking about. The self-harm is a part of the artistic expression and an integral part of their persona's connection to themselves. I remember I used to follow, what was their name? Like Destiny Blue? Or something like that on DeviantArt. I used to follow them because I really, really liked their art. And then they started to pivot more, as they started struggling with like depression and self-harm, they started to pivot more into portraying depression and self-harm in their art. And personally, it made me uncomfortable. So you know what I did? I just stopped following them and I went and watched something else. I didn't try to say, this person's problematic or this person's romanticizing depression. I just stopped looking at it because I didn't like it. So I looked at something else.
Sexually harassed.
Yami is dark and Yume is dream, right? In Japanese.
These individuals as well in return. For example, he made sexually suggestive...
No, Peggy, you're on point. I call it habitual. I call it being a habitual victim.
Content about his ex Heimguts for years after they had broken up. For example, he
Yeah, I just love that there's no evidence for any of this. I don't. Oh, I just looked ahead a little bit.
Hold on. Years after they had broken up. For example, he made up this Sona called Pumpkin, which was representative of Heimguts.
Okay.
For example, drawing a Sona representative of Heimguts in sexual situations.
Okay. I mean, we don't know if that's actually a representation of them, unless you're willing to show evidence of such, but...
portraying him as a whore, making drawings based off of his fucking nudes that
oh,
he took.
Fuck! I knew somebody who did this too! They made an entire persona about the person that they broke up with. That lived in their fucking head. And they would not shut the fuck up about it! Oh my god. And guess what? That person has BPD too. Who would have guessed?
As a 13-year-old child and making
charts
about how much he wants to rape him. Also,
what? What is this graph?
Child and making charts about how much.
The obsession. What the fuck? Is this something that Birdie made in 2018? Okay, a 13-year-old, just edgy. Edgy. But honestly, not surprising. Yami has darker themes to mental health stuff, and Yume is more dreamlike and comforting innocence. Well, yeah. Whoa, what was that? Oh god, I don't even know if I want to read this out loud. So it's a graph showing the level of obsession over over 2017 and 2018 for somebody, ranging from like, I like how hate is above once dead. Ranging from successful murder to actual rape, kidnap, stalking. I like how murder is lower on the totem pole than stalking. You can murder people all you like, but stalking, huh. Don't do that. Wait, a friend, a girl. Oh, okay, the middle is like, and then at the deeper you go, the lower you go, it's how much you hate them. And the higher you go, it's how much you love them. Okay. This, I mean, honestly, what's the data? Where's the measurements? Fuck. I honestly think people should just avoid people like this. Just run. Just run. Don't interact with them. Just fucking run.
She wants to rape him. Also stalking and dead-naming him.
No! I mean, he can say he wants to rape him all he likes, but don't you dare dead-name him. Don't you dare dead-name somebody. You can rape and stalk them all you like, but if you dead-name them, oh boy.
Him over absolutely nothing. Heimguts is not the only ex that this has happened to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Clover. This is just fucking weird. These people are weird.
After their breakup, Birdie made several sexual comments towards Julian's body.
Jesus, okay, hold on.
After their breakup...
So Heimguts is Julian.
Birdie made several...
Julian's nudes, so just like calling them fat. A teenager calling someone else fat, that's pretty common.
Several sexual comments.
Julian sending the first noodle to me when he covers up himself, leaving me to be the only one with privates at full expose. What? Okay, I hope this isn't true that they were sending nudes to each other. I really hope that that is just a joke and they're not talking about something that actually happened.
Comments towards Julian's body.
I like that that's the focus here, that, oh, that Birdie called them fat. Not that they were potentially sharing underage nudes with each other. Lazy. Ban children! I'm Julian. Okay, Julian. Sorry, Julian. Julian, please tell me you guys were not sending nudes to each other. Please tell me you guys were not sending nudes to each other. I need to know. Ban children. Please ban children. On multiple occasions, Julian told me he inserts foam Nerf bullets inside himself to masturbate. I'm not kidding. He wanted me to try it. Christ.
Including description.
I don't want to be mean, but it does look very similar to Julian. Ha 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 ha. God damn. What a vindictive little brat. No, don't make me associate Chatter with Julian. I thought he was skinly where. He's a little chubby, just a tad. We were children, I haven't... yeah! Oh, no! God! No. Okay, listen, it's not your fault. But that's still really fucking bad. That's still so bad. Okay, is there, like... I don't want to play, like... But, like, there's... You might have to, like, try and report that somehow, like, to the missing and exploited children call line, helpline or something. If those images are still floating around out there somewhere. That's really bad. Both Julian and Jack are CSA victims. They were hyposexual kids. It's unfortunate, but don't be shameful. It happens all the time. I'm not shaming them as minors. That's the thing. It's just, it is bad. I'm not shaming them, but it's really bad for that material to be out there on the internet somewhere. And that needs to be reported. I'm not gonna do it, it ain't none of my business, but hey, you do you.
Descriptions of his chest and genitals and hoping that he gets sexually...
Okay, I'm not gonna read the rest of this, I get the point.
There's way too many of these screens.
I like how this is the thing that he shows the most evidence for. Like... Okay. If those images are still floating around by now, they're found thanks to the video. Well, I mean, if they're shared in DMs, but he does this with other people too, I can imagine. That's bad. I mean, to be fair, in 2020, he was still a kid, I think. If my math is correct. He would have been like 16 or 17 in 2020, if my math is correct. It's not normal for kids to be hypersexual. I mean, teenagers, sure. But younger kids, no, it is not normal. You're right. Like, if you're like younger than 14 and you're hypersexual, like, that's not normal.
Screenshots to individually go over, so I'll play a little slideshow. I don't know what more I can say about these other than they're disgusting. This is undeniably sexual harassment. Jack was either 16 or 17.
Well, there you go, my math is correct.
At the time of these screenshots. I don't remember when his birthday is, but he was absolutely...
It's not normal for kids to be hypersexual, but children who were assaulted... Okay. Assaulted is a big word. I don't know how accurate that is. I don't know their stories. I don't know how accurate if they were physically assaulted or not. If that happened, that's really sad. Sorry to hear it. It doesn't excuse Birdie going around calling people abusers as an adult. Unfortunately, a lot of the screenshots being presented here, I mean, aside from, like, them trying to encourage an 11-year-old to draw gore at, like, 17 or 18, but, like, I'm not gonna harp on somebody too much for things they did as a kid. I'm just not. If they are still repeating these actions as an adult, though, that's very much worth pointing out. I think it's worth noting. No, we hate Jack, don't worry. That's fair. I don't blame you. I don't fucking blame you at all. I just don't like how Jack is harassing one of my friends because he's obsessed with him. So are you saying that today? That is happening today? Do you want to yap on Discord too with some of the people involved? Nah, it's fine. I think I'd rather keep it all at arm's length. I just thought it was interesting. I just think I'm gonna take my own advice and not associate. I think it's interesting to look at from a distance. But aside from that, I don't think I want to get any further involved.
Be old enough to understand the gravity of his words and actions, especially considering the fact that nobody was compelling him or giving him any incentive to behave.
But you don't know that. It's already been established they were being groomed by adults. I think, like, sure, nobody was, like, whispering in their ear, like, you should sexually harass this person, but, like, they're growing up in an environment that is teaching them that this behavior is normal. So there is some, like, outer influence there. However, as an adult, it is Birdie's responsibility to correct that behavior and get some fucking help. I think Birdie needs fucking help. It's hard to be at arm's length with Jack stuff, fucking try me. Once you open the can of worms, it won't stop. I just think it's funny to laugh at. It's like... It's a great window into, like, this shit, man. And just how these people operate. I think it's a great lesson to take away. Is, like, get some fucking help. Get offline, get help. And if you know people like this, get out. That's all I can really say about it.
Behave this way.
Get help, get offline, or get out.
Jack's actions towards his exes fully disgust me, and I believe they deserve to have their stories told because of Jack's huge platform.
Earlier this month. Yeesh. Yeesh.
Has kind of prevented
Stop
them
it!
from
Get some
speaking
help!
out. This is probably going to be the end of this video, and I'm not expecting to change anybody's opinions on Birdie or deplatform him or make a smear campaign or anything of the sort.
That's fair. I mean, to June's credit, unlike Birdie, they're not exactly accusing Birdie of doing anything illegal. If this person feels like Birdie was abusive to them or was predatory towards them, or was heavily inappropriate towards them, that is their right to think that. The fact that they can recognize that this is not, in fact, grooming, shows that they have a level of maturity that's higher than Birdie's, at least. No, in shaming, I was talking about in hyper discussion about Julian's experience. I wasn't referring to Jack. I agree he was the biggest why you groomed me guy. Hypersexuality conversations was a norm for like 18 years. I hate it. On one hand, I feel bad for them. On one hand, I just want everyone to stop and get help. Yeah, that's my feelings on it. I mean, it comes back around to like even the Shadman stuff, where you have people that grew up with South Park and Newgrounds. That's another thing that Birdie wants to turn around and call everyone else gross, like sexual abusers, when she is a fan of a TV show that constantly sexualizes kids. South Park. Of course, there's some nuance there, but what's nuance, am I right? I mean, like, when you have people that grew up in the Newgrounds era of, like, you know, kids encouraging one another to draw themselves, like, shooting up schools or you know, like, doing awful things to people or murdering their mom who told them to clean their room. It's just, like, it's a breeding ground for this sort of thing to follow them into adulthood. On one hand, I can empathize with people who have this stuff normalized to them, and then it's like, you can't just expect people to turn that off, right? But at least make a fucking effort. You gotta make the effort. I'm sorry. Oh no, not the South, but we're not gonna get into the South Park argument again. I know there's nuance there. I use it as an example to show that these situations aren't exactly black and white. Because if you want to condemn everything for, like, that kind of humor or that kind of stuff, you would have to condemn a lot of mainstream stuff too. And you can't pick and choose what to condemn just because you like one thing and not the other. Are we just gonna ignore Pico's existence? Oh, don't remind me. The animated Sonic Vorvit. There's just a lot. Like, even on DeviantArt, there were so many, like, not very well disguised fetish games. Like, it's fucking crazy. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting to look at, get a deeper understanding of some of this. And I don't know, man. I just need everybody in this situation to get some fucking help. Listen, I don't care if you do or not. That is entirely your prerogative. But that's my advice. Like, get offline and get some help. He refuses to even talk to the people he hurt privately when they reach out to him. I have seen that, with the kitty dog situation, where he refuses to let kitty dog reach out to apologize, and then turn around and say that kitty dog never apologized to me. It's just, ugh. It's like, you don't play the game. The only way you can win is to not play at all with people like this. Too many things were normalized in this world, sadly. Yeah. Why do you know all these things? What do you mean, why do I know all these things? I had an older brother, okay? Sometimes he would go on Newgrounds and watch things like Happy Tree Friends and shit. And, he was more into all the edgy shit, and I tended to stay away from it. That doesn't mean I would see it from time to time. I knew it existed. I was just never into it. Enlaa committing to the Oprah bit. Therapy. Therapy for everyone. I mean, yeah. I feel like Birdie wants to blame everything on everybody else, without acknowledging their own faults, without truly... I think it's one thing to acknowledge that you're not perfect. It's another thing to acknowledge that you did things that were wrong. And that's tough for everybody to do. Even for me, because I'm so great. There are things where I've had to acknowledge recently that, like, yeah, I fucked up really badly there. You know? I won't get into specifics, obviously, because it's a private matter. But there was, a time in 2020 where I was not a very nice person. We'll just put it that way. Very self-focused, self-centered. And I kind of felt persecuted by everybody around me. And I lashed out at people. And today, a lot of that was, like, used against me to say, like, you're a bad person. And then my initial reaction was to say, no, I wasn't. No, I'm not. I didn't say anything like that. I didn't do that. And then I looked back on it and I was like, oh shit, I did. I did say that. I did do that. And so you kind of have to reconcile with yourself, like, okay, that is true. You can't hide from it. You have to confront it. But me, as a 29-year-old, finally coming to terms with that, it's easy for me to say that because of the age that I'm at. Right? But I'm not going to expect a 21-year-old to have that same hindsight, or that same level of self-reflection. But at the same time, you don't have to stick around and wait for people to get better. If someone is being awful to you, and you don't want to take it, you don't have to. That's why I never like Birdie. They always use my BPD card or evil autism. God, I hate that. Look, autism can excuse some things, but not everything. It can excuse things initially, but once you've been made aware that something is inappropriate, you need to, like, take the steps to, like, change your behavior after that. Something, life experiences, yada yada yada. What Chris said. Like Birdie, I get it. You explained your actions, but you keep acting like a victim and others like villains. Never stick around toxic people or people that drag you down. Yeah, you're not obligated to stick around and just wait for somebody to get better. That is up to them. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to say about the Birdie stuff. I did dabble a little bit into Birdie's kiwi farms just to see what has been going on. So I might float around there just to see if there are any updates. I'm not gonna A-log this shit like they are, because I don't have the fucking energy to do that. I need, like, I need to hire, like, some kind of, like, A-logger who can, maybe I'll ask Crystal. She's pretty good at A-logging stuff. Maybe I'll hire her as my, like, backdoor A-logger for everything. Like, Chris, you have, someone named Nani, don't you? As, like, your professional A-logger? I need someone like that. Or am I thinking of Nick DiOrio? I don't know, I get you two mixed up. No, I don't. That's a lie. Anyway. I'd excuse more if people are physically disabled. Unless they're trying to, like, hook up with a minor. Because that happened before on To Catch a Predator, where someone with a physical disability was caught trying to have sex with a minor. Oops! There are some things that physical disabilities can't excuse, obviously. But yeah, you're right. It's like, why are you late? Oh, right. Legless. Like, context matters. True. Alright, I don't know if there was anything else, like, drama-related. Maybe I'll, like, dig into the grab bag of suggestions that you guys make and see what else is there. We dipping into the grab bag tonight, boys? You guys need to up your game on suggestions. Oh yeah, here's something that Jenny sent me. Fuck it, we'll go into it blind. What is this? Okay, time to go into the grab bag. I don't know what this is, but we're about to find out. Dion, self-harmer. I got in trouble at Walmart again. Social anxiety experiment 1. Sort of view bait. Alright, let's see what this is. Nani is great, but the A-logs find you, not... The A-logs find you, not the other way around. That's a good point. Read the Xanderhall DM... I mean, those were fucking hilarious, so... You know what other people love to get in trouble at Walmart and stir up drama at Walmart? People that have, fuck, what are they called? Fuck! People that have service dogs. For some reason, a lot of them like to stir up drama at, like, Walmarts and shit.
They only got the green bean ones. They don't have the regular that I normally check on.
Oh my god, I love this.
My phone actually overheated when I was walking here because I want to go to Fry's, but it was
This is peak autism. I'm already enjoying this.
just so hot out. Because it's 111, right? And normally I could put up with 100-degree temps, but once it gets like 109, that's when it gets a little bit...
Karias, thank you for the sub. So he's just taking a random thing of frozen beans and, like, just dabbing it on his body.
dangerous for me, I think. And I basically had to sacrifice the 15 minutes of walking there, but I saved myself 15 minutes back. And I'm just here, you know, just buy myself a couple burritos. So it doesn't need to be too much. And I haven't been here in a long time. So, oh, look at that.
No. The people I'm referring to actually do have legitimate service dogs, Beetle. All I'm saying is that they are so socially inept that they go around trying to get, like, into fights with people about their service dog. Like, somebody will look at them and they're like, do you have a problem with me? Do you have a problem that I have a service dog? I have anxiety, okay? I have this service dog for a reason. What are you looking at? Stop looking at me. Stop looking at my dog. Ma'am, stop looking at my service dog. Ma'am? I'm talking about those people who run around with constantly recording themselves, waiting for somebody to look at them wrong so that they can make a big drama, like, show out of it. I've seen so many of those videos, and it's like 9 times out of 10, the issue could have been avoided if you just didn't say anything.
I can't do Citrus voice. Oh no. Stop slow somehow. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. And how they look? God, I look tired.
This guy is dressed down in wires, cords, and anime plushies. And wristbands.
Here's Deku. Hello. And by the way, I just let you know,
those people are the worst. Yeah, like, listen. And not to mention, they get so fucking offended, like, when you suggest that maybe there should be a license for service dogs. And they're like, that's discriminatory. It's like, that would fix, like, all of your problems. If you had to have a license. That would fix all of your problems. Why are you complaining about it?
I actually, let's just see this, since we've been struggling a bit, I thought I could come out and be honest what's happening at home. I have been losing a little bit of weight. Basically what I mean by that is my, let's just say I like to call my Arizona camouflage shorts because
this is like something you'd find in Spaz Kid's playlist, in his favorites list on YouTube.
So if you're out here in the sun,
you can smell this video,
or in the Sonoran Desert as much as I am, your shorts will change color, right? However, though, I don't want to show my underwear right now because I like to keep my body covered.
I don't want to show my underwear right now. Not right now, guys. Maybe later.
Then, pardon me. So,
fuck it, I'll leave a like.
So this will give
and maybe I'll subscribe too.
you an example. This is how loose my pants is.
Thank you.
Yeah, normally this would fit me. And it's not anymore. And I tried to do my best to actually keep my weight. And oh my god, they got Super Mario shorts. Oh, that's cute. And that's women's? Huh.
Okay, listen. I can't blame him for, like, recording every aspect of his life, because I used to do the same thing when I was a kid. I used to have a camcorder when I was a kid, and I would take it with me to school every day, and I would record. That's something I should show you guys. But I would have to censor it because, okay, tomorrow, guys, tomorrow, I'm going to show you a video I made when I was 11. Like a not stop motion animation, but it's like drawings, like a story, a movie I made as a kid. But I have to run it through Adobe and like censor out my name, because I do say my name a couple of times in there, but other than that, that'll be tomorrow.
Oh my.
That'll be fun.
Honestly. And they have just guns and it's cute and such. So I just wanted to give you like,
what's funny is that my mom will still buy me like Mario stuff just because she's like, you like video games? Yeah, but not that video game. But I appreciate it. It means she's showing that she cares.
like a little update and it's been a long time since I've been at Walmart. I'm not kidding, because since I did got falsely accused of shoplifting in the past and all.
You know, I don't blame him, like, for being accused of shoplifting. He looks like the kind of guy that would shoplift when he's like... I get that anxiety, too. Like, when I'm looking around at the store, I that's so funny. I clicked on this video thinking I was gonna, like, be like, look at this guy, this is so ridiculous. But I'm, like, relating to this guy more often than not. But, we just like to look around. We like to people watch. But, like, to an outsider, it might look like we're, like, looking around because we're wanting to shoplift something. And then I get constantly anxious that people are thinking that I'm shoplifting.
I do get, like, a little paranoid coming here. And I've not been here, again, it's been months. And all I want to get is just a couple burritos, because they're only 59 cents. And then make my way back to the house. Because I miss eating these burritos.
He keeps, like, where did he put that? Hold on.
59 cents, and then make my way back to the house. Because I miss eating these burritos and...
Oh, okay, I thought he, like, tucked it under his shirt. I was like, why do people think I'm shoplifting? And then put stuff in his shirt. Service dogs are for mental... Service dogs are for mental... Service dogs are emotional support animals. Wait, what? Emotional support animals are also untrained. Actual service animals have full-blown training. Yeah, exactly. There's, like, you can notice the difference.
Money has been, let's just say, pretty shot. Like,
I wish I had a service animal for my anxiety and ADHD. You can get an emotional support service. I've thought about registering Mitzi as, like, an emotional support service animal. Because you don't, the animal doesn't need proper training, but it also doesn't give you the same protections. It's just nice to have. And she's pretty well behaved out in public. I don't know. I thought about it, but it's probably not even, like, fucking necessary.
What read aloud from the Loud House would say, right? For us. Like, my mother, my brother and I, we had just been doing our best to hang in there.
See, the way he's, like, looking around, like, shifty-eyed, like, it makes it look like he's going to shoplift something. So I can't blame people for, like, assuming that he's shoplifting.
And I feel guilty even asking my mother like a grocery list. So I'll just let you know I have been a little bit weak. Like today.
Aw, Pudgy, you're welcome. That's exactly what I aim for, so I'm glad to hear that.
Effort that I'm starting to get a little bit, not aggressive. I forgot that from VeggieTales. There's another term for it. Like
VeggieTales mentioned.
Frustrated. When
frustrated.
I'm hungry, right? And that's a no.
Did he just say frustrated?
Another term for it, like frustrated.
Oh, frustrated. Okay, my bad. Speaking of VeggieTales, there's another story about me that maybe I'll tell one day. There was a VeggieTales movie that used to scare the shit out of me and actually gave me legit nightmares. And I was so afraid of just the VHS tape of the movie that my brother used to torment me with it by like hiding it in places where I would find it. That's a story I'll tell for another time. Or I'll say for another time, sorry.
Hungry, right? And that's a normal human emotion when you have a lack of nutrition. Because your body's like trying to...
There needs to be a distinction between mental service animals and physical. I mean, there kinda is, right? In my opinion, if the animal is trained for a very specific purpose and it's trained to assist you in public, it is trained for your protection, to assist you in public, and to behave appropriately in public, and to do its job. That is a professional, like, legitimate service animal, in my opinion. I don't think there needs to be like, oh, well, what is it trained for? I don't think that really matters, as long as it is trained for that purpose and it is doing its job. That's so mean. It has a good ending, though. It has a good ending. One day I was like, maybe I was like 14, and I stumbled upon that VHS tape. And I brought it to my brother, and I said, hey, you want to just, like, watch this? And he was like, sure, and we watched it together, and it completely cured my fear of it, because the first time I saw it, I was like 5 years old, and everything looks scary to you as a 5-year-old, but then you're like 14, and it's not so scary. So it was like a wholesome Chungus moment, where the person that tormented me watched it with me, and helped me confront my stupid fucking fear. It's very wholesome. It's very Reddit/wholesome.
To self, kinda. And by the way, I just noticed our floors are different now.
No, it was Larry Boy and the angry eyebrows.
So, yeah, the store is much, much bigger, but this is what the wallet looks like here. And let's see. I might have to go to the self-checkout.
Yeah, there are service animals for things like fugue states, dissociative disorder, which are just as, like, dangerous as, like, physical disabilities for you. What do you mean, what? What do you mean, what?
But yeah, I just want to pay myself a couple of these, and by the
Listen, the eyebrows were really scary.
way, I had to thank Jay and
It scared the fuck out of me, okay?
Frederick for being kind on the community post, because I am planning on uploading the new For Our Parents, a New Wish episode that went viral on Twitter from what I've heard. It's basically when Poof basically became Dev's godfather, right? And I think I heard rumors that...
He's just talking about Fairly Odd Parents. Where's the part that he gets in trouble? Does he actually get in trouble?
Oh, yeah, I keep dropping everything. My goodness.
I keep dropping everything. He's wearing like 99 different like earphones and wires. And it honestly, if someone stopped him because they thought he had a bomb strapped to his chest, I wouldn't blame them. That's what he looks like right now.
Okay, I just let you know, I think I got a little bit of eye contact from one of the workers, because if I see me walking over the time, and my damn case fell.
That is such an autism moment. I made eye contact with a stranger. This just in. Headline news. We might die.
It's already paid by cash?
Yeah, they do cash.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry?
Are you streaming?
No, I mean, I'm a YouTuber.
No, they want to know what it is.
Oh, is this basically a video about me?
We're trying to follow you because we always see you streaming like for years and years. Yeah.
You're kidding? Because I always come here because we don't live too far
I
from
even
here.
worked with Kriston, who used to be a streamer too. Like,
Really?
Like, you'll be like in
that?
a conversation with your people about
Yeah.
and you would just walk around, start walking around. And I see you walking at night, like 12 in the morning, streaming. I was like,
He's got fans? Wow.
he's still doing it.
Yeah, because the thing is, when I've been here for like a decade, because I know that Walmart
This just in, death is imminent.
used to be open, what, 24/7 or at midnight?
Yeah.
And I guess because you had the lockers, and then next thing you know, with COVID, it was closed at 10. That's what's been happening lately, isn't it?
We're just wondering, like, I think he's a streamer. Let's
Yeah.
do
How about you? I don't do any of that, you know.
No, Bruce, you can't do it to him like that. Don't treat him like that. He's not Chris Chan.
Kick or Twitch stuff. I'm not that type of person. So it's just
Guys, this is a plant. He's a paid, that guy's a paid actor.
the type of
He's like constantly dropping stuff. Just get a fucking basket! I just looked it up and I do not see it. What, Larry Boy and the Angry Eyebrows? It's gotta be there somewhere. I know it's out there somewhere. Give me a second. Yeah, it's right here. You can just watch the whole thing here.
3000 is a wonder. It recycles the hair that collects in your bathtub drain.
I guess it could be blocked depending on what country you live in. I don't know.
Ew. Ooh.
Oh, the scary factor? I can tell you the part that scared me. Hang on. Where was it? Oh, that's an entirely different thing.
Hold on to their anger. My angry eyebrows stay put.
This is so dumb. Why the fuck am I doing this?
Finished, Larry boy.
I'm not scared of you.
You remember this?
And now, Larry boy, I will stick my angry eyebrows to you, just like everyone else. And you too will be stuck to your anger.
But I'm not holding on to anger.
Oh, really? Not even a little?
Nope.
Well, would you hold on to your anger if I stuff this popsicle down the
We haven't. Okay, this isn't the scary part. Just stick with me here.
back of your super suit?
Oh.
Where's my super suit? No, shut up. This isn't the part yet. We're not there yet. Shush.
That's cold.
Or would you hold
The Bat Bros.
on to your anger if I blew this trumpet in your
Oh
ear?
yeah.
Well, that was pretty annoying, but I'll let the anger go.
Or what if I had my angry eyebrows fill your Larrymobile with chocolate syrup?
Hey, that's gonna ruin the
Here, this is the part that scared me. Okay, all right. I'm letting you into a vulnerable fact of my life. Don't make fun of me.
leather. Oh, I don't know if I'll ever let that one go.
You gotta admit that's kind of scary. You gotta admit that's kind of scary. Why am I watching VeggieTales? Don't worry about it.
Now I have
This was traumatizing to me. Okay.
defeated even Larry Boy. My
You gotta admit that's a scary fucking face right there. I laugh because I'm in pain.
revenge is complete.
What have I walked into?
Held captive by his own anger.
Okay, anyway. Listen, not only I have so many shut up. Not only was I a 5-year-old, I was an autistic 5-year-old, okay? Okay, whatever, guys. Whatever. I was traumatized. Guys, listen. I don't Oh my god. Oh wait, there's another thing that I got fucking traumatized by. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Everything's on YouTube now. Everything's on fucking YouTube now.
Lightyear to the rescue!
Here's another thing that I was at a sleepover, right? And my friend was watching this. This was just playing on TV. And this has a very interesting twist. Not the clip, but just the story in general.
Buzz Lightyear to the big fat rescue!
There's got to be a ranger station somewhere in the universe where he can't find me. Maybe I'll transfer to Alpha Centauri. No one ever finds that place.
Shut up, Vlad. Alright, so we got to this part, and I guess what happened... So this was... I'm just, like, going off... Because, okay. This is why this shit sticks out to me, right? We got to this part, and I guess what... Like, to me it felt random, but maybe I was, like... Maybe the person's dad thought... Like, maybe I looked scared. Or maybe he thought, okay, this is too scary for my kid and her friend to watch. And so he changed the channel to Bob Ross. So, like, imagine. Hold on a second. Imagine just, like, you're, like, 6 years old. You're 6 years old. And, like, you're seeing this on TV. Hang on a sec. Right? You see that, and then the channel just suddenly flips to this.
So already we have a basic reflection into the water.
And that was my introduction to Bob Ross, by the way.
Now, I'll take a little bit of white.
Okay, we're done. Anyway, sorry, we were talking about childhood trauma for a second. Never laugh at him? No, he's great. I like him.
That guy's cute over there.
Did you just say that guy's cute over there? Chris, you were right. He is gay. I think you were calling him gay earlier. He's gay.
So just so you know, I'm supposed to be exiting through that door, and then I'll be going back home, and then in the other channel, I have to upload another SpongeBob episode.
Vlad, I'm being fucking sarcastic. Holy shit. Take a chill pill. Did your shit rip you open a new one? Jesus Christ, calm down.
Since a couple of you requested me to upload it, and then for the Very Odd Parents, oh no, there's supposed to be a new episode coming up at 6 tonight, or this evening. Damn.
Chris, I remember back in, like, 2017, when, shit. I remember back in 2017 and 2018, when they did the marathon of Bob Ross on Twitch, and the chat was so entertaining. It made it such an adventure.
Damn it.
The whiplash, I know, right?
Hold on. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, and it's like 5:30 right now. Jeez.
Enlaa, it's his constipation. Leave him alone.
Okay. Yay. Okay, good. Now I just gotta pay.
He doesn't really get in trouble here.
It's just like Wolfie.
Okay, so he doesn't necessarily get in trouble. A fan walks up and says hi, and he makes eye contact with somebody. So that is, you know what? He does say it's view bait, so sure. Anyway, I don't know why Jenny sent that to me. Bob was a great man. He died he died a month after I was born. Which is depressing. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions. Oh, yeah. Beetle sent me this.
We got, including but not limited to, grooming! Sexual assault!
I want to try and incorporate more, like, music in, like, situational music into my streams. But people like this guy and Nick DiOrio, they already do it, and they do it so well that I would just be copying them.
Child sexual assault, child abuse and neglect, emotional abuse, whatever that one is, animal abuse, animal neglect, medical neglect, self-harm and suicide, harassment, sexual harassment, revenge porn, incest, NSFW art, transphobia, racism, mental illness, psychosis, paranoia, abusive relationships, and dice.org. Come on down!
That's a lot of people to bring on down. Okay, well, not much else, to react to today. I think we're done with reactions. How would you guys feel about me ending the stream and never coming back? What do you think of that? I was probably gonna do some gaming, but honestly, guys, I'm just, like, not feeling it today. Who pissed on your princess parts? But yeah, here's a little bit, like, if you're bored and you want to find something to watch on YouTube, just start looking up old nostalgic, like, cartoons or animated movies from your childhood. Like, the most obscure thing you can think of. It'll 9 times out of 10 it'll be on YouTube. How about no? Play Civ? I don't have Civ installed. Last time I played that, I have Civ 5, but I haven't played that in fucking forever. I can't play any Steam games right now. Because my Steam is broken right now. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna, like, watch a YouTube video and just play, like, Final Fantasy XIV and just chill. Sometime in the future, I plan to do more, like, watercoloring streams. Once I, like, can get something set up. I'll buy the equipment for that with all the, cat money I'm gonna make. When I get the cat cam set up. No, you aren't ending the stream. How'd you break stream? It's fine. It's fine. We're good. We're chill. Sims? No. I just don't feel like gaming today, guys. Yeah, just look up lost media from your childhood. Like, even if it's not actual lost media, just, like, I'm not gonna play Pong. Tomorrow, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a censored version of an old video I made, and then I'm gonna play it for you guys on stream tomorrow. Okay, so stick around for that. Just sit here and stare at the screen until then. Just think, like, what? Same time tomorrow, roughly. We'll do that then. And if I forget, yell at me in Discord until I go live, okay? I'll play Solitaire tomorrow. How about that? I'll play Solitaire and play the video for you. It'll be fun. But thanks for coming out, guys. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a good evening. Bye-bye!